Dear friends, 480 days of war, starting from south Zaporizhia region on Orikhovo front, intense fight is going on. The Ukrainian army stormed Pyatikhatki from Lubkov direction and southeast of Kaminsky. Russian army withdrew from Pyatikhatki to a reserve position on surrounding heights, but soon launched counterattack and they bounced back. Ukrainian army is bringing more reinforcements and clings on the outskirts of this establishment. In Kharkiv region, Ukrainian army resumed its attack on south of Orikhovo on Rabatino line and has made some advancements. In south of Malya Tokmachka, serious fight is on and Ukrainian army was able to make a foothold, but later on it was repulsed. Ukrainian army continues attack in the area of Novodonetsk and Urozhain with an aim of reaching Staromlinovka. Since the Ukrainian counteroffensive started, it has seen many waves. A minimum of 3 major ones and small ones are too many to be counted and yet more to be followed. In north, nothing special. In Kupiansk direction, Ukrainian army attacked south and west of Kreminaya line but was not successful, while the Russian forces made some gains towards Terny west of Sotovo-Kreminaya line. Ukrainian army is bringing reserves almost on all the fronts. Coming to east in Donetsk region, no significant changes. Ukrainians carried out attack in area of Avdiivka and Marinka but with no success, while the Russian forces advanced towards Pobeda since a week has been stopped, but they made some gains in the city from the eastern side. On Bakhmut front, sporadic attack by Ukrainian army on northwest and southwest flanks continue. The Russian forces are still holding Klashivka, Yogadnoe and Barkhovka, while in west of Bakhmut city, Ukrainians are holding Kromov and Ivanivsk, that is Krasnoye. Further north of Bakhmut towards Siversky salient, the Ukrainian attacked Razdolovka and Vasikovka, but with no gains, while the Russian forces made some minor gains in Belgorovka region. This is the overall situation as far as ground situation in Ukraine continues, and of course the interdiction missions from the both sides is pretty heavy and war of attrition too is high and it continues. Yes, as per Ministry of Defense, Russia has struck Ukrainian decision-making centers which are very rare. Now some other informations. South African delegation airplane with more than 100 members of President Ramaphosa, security services and journalists were blocked at Warsaw International Airport. They were held there for a day and sent back home after not receiving permission from the Polish authorities and were not able to join their president in St. Petersburg, and this is an act which is highly deplorable. Now, some of the important points which Putin gave in his statement at a meeting with African leaders. He said, Russia prefers good relation with African nations without interfering in their internal affairs. Next, Russia welcomes a balanced approach to Ukrainian crisis. He said further, 2014 Ukrainian coup was supported by the Western sponsors. Russia has right to recognize LPR and DPR. Next he said 31.7 million tons of agricultural products already exported, but only 3% went to developing countries. This is a chilling point, and West and America of course are shameless in this. They are used to plunder the other nations like Americans doing to Syrian oil, and the natural resources of Latin America, except few countries which have revolted, and most part of the African nations. And one of the most important part of his statement was that the negotiation between Russia and Ukraine in Turkey was signed that imposed permanent neutrality on Ukraine, that it will not join NATO, but security was guaranteed by many countries, that is Russia, UK, US, France, Belarus and Turkey. And the last part of this agreement was that Russian forces will withdraw from Kiev, Chernihiv, Sumy. But after the withdrawal, Zelensky threw treaty into dustbin of history and declared his victory, or Ukraine's victory. This, I would say, is continuation of Minsk I and Minsk II. That is, the Western countries have been befooling Russia. And that's all. Thank you.